nobody asked me to do anything that really made me excited. Let's put it that way. So nothing like that came my way, nor was I looking for it. I was quite happy where I was. That's palpable, and even now it was, like I'm feeling nervous with working with Sharmila Tagore. Not at all.
No.
I mean, I was most certainly not nervous.
Hi guys, this is Ankita. You're tuned into peepingmoon.com, and I don't think this interview could be any special because I think this is, again, I think everyone was saying it, so I'll also say for me, once in a lifetime opportunity to interview Sharmila Tagore ma'am, Manoj Bajpayee and Rahul for their film Gulmohar for Disney Plus Hotstar.
Thank you.
I remember the first announcement when it came that it stars Sharmila ma'am and Manoj Bajpayee with the name Gulmohar, and the first impression was, oh, they are doing something in a murder mystery horror thriller. I was very excited till I saw the
So
trailer.
Rahul is right that it sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first impression because when you get the first press release, you two are coming together, like they're going to do a murder mystery together. Till I saw the trailer.
Sardar Khan, it's Anupama.
I like that. I think I'll keep that. But how did you manage to get them two on board, or was it as easy?
No,
And
I was very lucky and blessed, really, and all of us have been blessed having these two veterans be a part of the project. When we were writing the story, Arpita and I, my co-writer, we knew that these two characters are very important for the film. And the matriarch, right from the inception, I was looking at the matriarch as someone who was very progressive, who defined her own life, and yet very rooted with tradition as well. And the only name that came to my mind to draw inspiration from in real life was Sharmila Ji, because she's done that. She's lived life by defining it in her own way, with dignity and a lot of power as well, if I may say. And that was very attractive. So we finished the script, and I reached out to her through a mutual friend, and she was kind enough to say, to give me an appointment, and I met her, and she read the script in 3 to 4 days, and she called me. We spoke about the film for about 5 minutes, and she said, okay, let's have fun. And once she was on, I met Manoj Ji, who I knew for a long time, and we read the script together, and he was on right after reading the script. He said, when do you want to shoot? And I was a little iffy because I reminded him that it's an ensemble film and you're playing a father of 3 people. Are you okay? Because also he had just come out of Family Man. And he looked at me with such confusion and he said, yeah, so what are you trying to say? He
You're asking the wrong question to the wrong answer.
Yeah, he made me look like a fool. And once both of them were on, then all the other actors came on because of them. We have Talat Aziz doing a lovely role.
It begins with him.
It begins with him.
He sets the mood
Yeah.
for the film.
And his song, which is
And he sung our opening song and
Right.
so beautifully. But again, he came on board when he heard Sharmila Ji is on board, and he went on saying, "Oh, I'm related," because he comes from Hyderabad and he's
he knows
he
my
knows
family there, Tiger's family. Yes.
Amol Ji came on board because he was so excited to work with both of them. So they really helped me cast the other actors and also the crew. Everyone were like we were all fans.
So coming to the fans part, Manoj sir, what was your first impression or the first reaction to the fact that मैं शर्मिला टैगोर के साथ इस फिल्म में काम कर रहा हूँ? आपका फर्स्ट शर्मिला टैगोर मेमोरी क्या है? अगर
अरे मैं बता चुका, मैं मेरे मदर फादर दोनों जो थे वो गांव से शहर आते थे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट टाउन, जहाँ पे हम बोर्डिंग में थे, और हम लोगों को छुट्टी दिला करके हॉस्टल से वो फिल्म दिखाते थे. So that was the ritual that they used to follow. Every 6 months they used to come and they used to take us to watch a film. So whichever film was interesting enough, you know, and running. So I still remember Dag. You know, I was quite little, and I somehow those 1 or 2 songs of that film, you know, is still imprinted in my mind, and I remember few of the visuals of Sharmila Ji singing Hava Chali Kaise, and जाने को कि वो लोग
And you like that one, जब मार उठे.
हाँ जब मार उठे.
Yes.
So you know, so Rajesh Khanna ji, Sharmila ji, Rakhi ji, those faces, and I was always quite. I think since the time I remember, I was quite mesmerized by all the faces that used to move on the big screen. So that's how I remember, you know, Sharmila ji from my childhood.
Sharmila Ji, were you familiar with Manoj sir's work when you took on Gulmohar?
Absolutely. of
What was
course.
your finest, I think,
course.
or favorite most I can ask today?
No, I've liked him in many films. I mean, he's just, of course, Family Man was I've seen by, but I've seen his Satya. I've seen lots of films of his, and he's a wonderful actor, and he's different. He brings different kind of energy.
Agreed.
He's not very repetitive. Of course, sometimes. You know, you're successful in one film, then you get hordes of those films that almost typecast you, but he rises above that every time and brings different kind of, his Bhosles and other films are of course very different and very, I mean all films, I mean you know, you do depend on the director and you depend on the, but in every film, I mean he is, I mean he comes from the theatre, he wanted to be an actor, and you know, so he comes with that passion, and that's palpable. And even now, he was, you know, like I'm feeling nervous with working with Sharmila Tagore. Not at all.
No.
I mean, he was most certainly not nervous. He was just yeah. I mean, there is goodwill, there is respect, and you know, I'm of a certain age, and naturally they would you know, have that kind of will give me that place, but. No, of course he was all there and totally, I mean, wonderful. I mean, and when of course I was not in all the scenes with him, but now that I've seen the film, I mean, how brilliant he is, really. And how brilliant actually everybody is. You know, you can't say, you know, this person overshines, outshines everybody.
It's truly an ensemble piece that
You cannot. I mean, there is just, again, I'm repeating myself, there is one little scene by agent who's showing houses or accommodation to Suraj, and she's done so well. I mean, there was no need for her to act so well. She just could have been as boring as possible, but she didn't. She just, and I was wondering, I said, wow, I mean, look at that. You know, just 3 dialogues,
Right.
3 you know, sentences or 5 sentences, and she suddenly comes back and says, God bless. I mean, it's just lovely. I mean, you're so, I mean, they were giving of themselves, you know, all your actors.
Yeah.
Like whatever you were telling them, they were giving more than that.
Right.
And making your screen, your frame so
Filling it with
vibrant, you
Right,
know.
yeah.
So I think he had the ability to bring that out and allow people to perform and leave them alone and not over instruct,
Right.
you know, and had confidence in us, and that's how it happened, because he didn't constantly come and say do this, do that, and you know he was not in our face at all. He was far away,
Right.
but yet
Feeling nervous.
communicating with us, and we knew that he was there, but he trusted us. So I think that was wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you said yes to the project after a good 13-year break. What exactly did you do with
But
the
you
pitch?
know, I was always aware that there is a world outside of films, even when I was doing
Yes.
Kashmir Ki Kali. So, I mean, there were many things. I was with CBFC that I did. I was involved with UNICEF. I was other NGOs and My Garden. I mean, whatever I did passionately, and I was really involved in it. Rescue dogs, you know, all that. So, it's not that I just didn't. Nobody asked me to do anything that really made me excited. Let's put it that way. So nothing like that came my way, nor was I looking for it. I was quite happy where I was, and then he came along, and this happened very organically, and and at the right time, because Kusum and I are of the same age, I could relate with this family, having a son, having grandchildren, having a big house, and having responsibilities, and having a sense of self, and being quite okay to be on one's own, and to be a point where the younger people can come and own up their mistakes or own up whatever without judgment. Uh, like I was not judging them, and yet so that giving comfort to the younger generation, and etc. So there were all those things spoke to me, like Rahul said, that a sense of self. He wanted somebody. So I think I was all that already. So and I could, and it was articulating that in front of the camera was also very nice, because at another interview earlier, Manoj said that it's very difficult to play yourself. We can act and we can be very dramatic about everything else, but to be just yourself is difficult. So here, everybody's performance is very natural. Nothing is underlined. I mean, I don't know how Rahul resisted the temptation to say, "Arey, suppose the audience doesn't understand it, shouldn't I just do a little bit more?"
Yeah.
But he didn't, right?
Manoj, so there is normal that all of us, our families are dysfunctional to the core. Mine is one such piece I totally agree with. And now when you have your kids, and this I'll ask you, how was it playing that and then father to 3 kids on screen who are not making it easy for you? At least what I could at least find from the trailer.
Right.
Nothing is going easy for you at all. Do you also draw parallels from your own life, या फिर कुछ characters जैसे रहते हैं लिखे होते हैं वो बिल्कुल वैसे ही निभाए जाते हैं?
In my life, my mother was very domineering. I mean, it was in that sense. I come from a matriarchal family, so my father was the gentlest soul.
Oh.
Yes, he never interfered with anyone's dream, never forced himself or his dream or his aspiration on any of his child. But I have seen the patriarch of the family behaving a certain way, very closely, like with my other relatives, how they take it for granted that the family will, will flow according to their wishes. So you see all of that in your journey, and when you're after a point, Sharmila Ji would definitely agree that after a point, no character that we read is alien to you, because it's something that you have seen in your life or in somebody else's life. Each and every character looks so familiar because you've seen those people, you've had your own experiences with them, and somewhere in the hard drive, this is the hard drive, it just keeps getting, downloaded, and then you upload it when you are doing a certain role.
So it goes that. Ma'am, lastly, if I have to ask you, you're the matriarch of Patodi family. As I asked Manoj, did you also draw something from that particular part of your life to Kusum as well? Or as Rahul said, it's just, you were the natural choice and you also picked it up as naturally?
A bit of both. I mean, as Manoj said, that you draw from what you've seen others do, what you've read. So everything comes together, and you don't know quite from where what you're picking. I mean, you're not consciously aware of that. But when you're reading the lines and the camera is there and you're talking to the camera, because the whole thing is with the camera, and years of experience, so it just comes very naturally. And if it doesn't, then of course Rahul will come quietly and say, well, perhaps we can, something like that, or not even, but somehow will guide you, because he was a very invisible director, but his presence was there, like Dr. No. No, I take that back. Not like Dr. No. Dr. No is ominous, but he was not ominous. No, he was not ominous.
But thank you. I know we are running out of time. I wish I could continue this because there would be so much to ask and learn. Thank you for doing this, and I hope that everyone enjoys this. I'm looking forward to watch this because I want to get away with the misconception कि thriller नहीं है. I am still stuck with it. I read Gulmohar and I'm like, they're doing thriller? No, I have to get past that, man. But thank you
It's
so
thrilling though.
It's thrilling.
Yes.
So, for a thrilling ride on third March for Disney Plus Hotstar. Thank you so much. ma'am.
Thank
you so
you.
much. sir.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.